Alright, in this video I'm going to talk about how we can reprogram the world around us to have what we want right now. In order to do that, there is a cheat code. There is a little method I like that reprograms it at no effort. Imagine you're a programmer, you're a coder. I'm a coder. I code stuff, right? I make programs, I update programs, I maintain programs for my job. In order to do that, I have a development environment. There's a real production environment where that's where the program lies, and then a development environment where we get to input code and change things. The production environment gets pushed and updated continuously. Development environment is for experimentation and to create things or change things. That's how the real world works. That's exactly how the real world works. Around us is ones and zeros. All this can be broken down to computer code. If it couldn't be broken down into computer code, we wouldn't be able to make games that replicate this. Because we can make a game that replicates the grass, or the plants behind me, or the tree behind me, or the fence. We can make games that replicate my relationship with my mom, my brother. We can make games that emulate and simulate these things. It won't be as graphically enhanced, but soon it will be. In the coming years, maybe we'll get something so advanced that it'll would look kind of real. That is just to say that this environment we're living in can be treated like code. If it can be treated like code, what is our development environment? What do we need to code in? What do we need to update to in order to see things happen in real life? It is the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind is what we need to update. The subconscious mind, if we input the right code, can change the environment around us. The problem with the subconscious mind is we don't have control over it. Even though it holds 98% of the power in our entire body, we only use our intellectual mind to create things most of the time. If I want to pass school, I study hard, I pass the exam. If I want to get a job, I pass the interview by studying for the interview. If I want to do this, do that, I learn by going online and finding intellectual material. We use our intellectual mind throughout the day. The only thing we don't intentionally use, is the subconscious. We use the subconscious unknowingly. We let it think what it wants or do what it wants. We don't have any control over it. In order to be an expert creator, we need to control it. And there's one thing, it's in the thumbnail of the video, so you guys know what I'm going to say. There's one thing that really affects the subconscious mind. You don't need to practice for years or meditate for hours at a time, become a yogi, be like Mahatma Gandhi or Jesus or all these other people that, try really hard to control their subconscious mind. All you need to do is repeat to yourself long and hard enough in your mind in order for your subconscious to fall in line. The reason things happen around us, or things are created, is because their subconscious mind is constantly thinking about these things. My subconscious mind is thinking about what's going to happen today, or what's going on, or what I want in life, or etc., or what I fear, what I have anxiety over. My subconscious mind thinks about that. Most people think negatively about situations unknowingly throughout the day. That's the subconscious mind. They fall victim to the subconscious mind. It's in control of your every creation because it holds 98% of the power. The intellectual mind can do things and learn things and create things with effort, but the subconscious mind can create things without you knowing. In order to control what you create, the secret here that no guru tells you, or no guru or coach is willing to say, or maybe they don't know. The secret here is you don't need to study for years at a time. You don't need to understand how things work or how the universe works or why there's 3 states of consciousness and this energy times this emotion equals this creation or this or that. You can study that. You can study the Kabbalion, study these texts, study gurus and coaches all day long. But it comes down to what is the easiest and most effective way to change your subconscious thought. The easiest and most effective way to change your subconscious thought is robotic affirmation. Robotic affirmation. Repeat things in your mind. You don't need to say it out loud. Think it so hard and so long that your subconscious has no choice but to think about creating what you are saying. If I think about $1 million 10 minutes a day, maybe I get a creation done. But if I think of about $1 million every time my subconscious has a room to breathe, meaning that if my subconscious mind has to think about why that flower over there is yellow, instead, I'm going to recognize I had that thought and try effectively to replace it in rhythm with my affirmation, my robotic affirmation. There's various different types of techniques and ways to use a robotic affirmation, but let's say you want to make $1 million a month. All you have to say is, I am making $1 million a month. I make $1 million every month. I make $1 million every month. You don't need to say it out loud. My lips are only moving for your pleasure, for your viewing, for you to hear what I'm saying. But in all reality, I say my robotic affirmations in rhythm with my natural thoughts. So if I have a natural thought about, oh, it's kind of sunny out, and then I have another natural thought about, oh, it's the birds are chirping in the background, and then another natural thought, I'm trying to replace these natural thoughts with my robotic affirmation. Then also, the most important part, these natural thoughts are okay, they're fine, you can have them. But the more important thing you have to do is replace your negative thoughts. The negative thoughts are more important to replace. So if I have a thought of lack, I got a parking ticket, instead of thinking about, how it's going to suck, I have to pay that, think about, I make $1 million a month. I make $1 million a month. Doesn't matter. Parking ticket doesn't matter. I make $1 million a month. That's what I'm saying to myself. If I want to go on vacation and it's kind of expensive, instead of thinking about how expensive it is, I make $1 million a month. This vacation is easy for me. I make $1 million a month. I'm going to go on a vacation. Doesn't matter. I make $1 million a month. I'm not saying to go broke trying to trick yourself into thinking you're richer than you're not. But in certain situations, I want you to replace those thoughts, those random negative thoughts, with affirmations that show you the light. If you do it long and hard enough, by long and hard, I mean consistent and repetitive enough to the point where your subconscious doesn't have a choice. That's the only thing you do. As a programmer, I sit down all day at work, I drink some caffeine, I get my work done. I don't treat, or I should not treat my affirmations any differently. I'm coding. I'm inputting code into my environment. This is a development environment I need to change. It doesn't mean the world is going to be updated in real time. I still have to wait for the update to get pushed. I need to wait for divine timing. I understand that. But I'm not going to give my subconscious a chance to think of any other creation. Because I want to think about $1 million. I don't want to think about lack of abundance or bills or etc. Because if I have opportunities for my subconscious to create anything but $1 million, it will do that. Because it will choose to screw you up in the end. The subconscious is not your friend. It's something you have to learn how to control. If it has a chance, it will screw your affirmation up. You need to think long and hard enough. You need to be able to control every thought in your head to make it have no other choice but to manifest what you're thinking about. If I'm thinking about $1 million, that's the only thing I'm thinking about. Abundance. I am so profitable in all my businesses. I'm making $1 million. Making $1 million a month. I have multiple businesses. I'm making $1 million a month. Why do I have to care about a bill? I make $1 million a month. The cost of living is not important to me. If I want it, I have it. I make $1 million a month. I make $1 million a month. I make $1 million a month. If you say it in your head just as you want, it doesn't matter how you say it. It doesn't matter what you say, as long as you have that feeling. You can switch it up. If you get bored, you can throw a couple extra words in there. You can react to situations as normal, because this is your subconscious mind. It's not natural for you to say the same thing over and over and over and over again in your head. So you can, have fun with it. Throw in a couple extra words. Throw in some funniness, or react to situations that you think about. If you're thinking about your SP and how they haven't texted you, my SP loves me. I'm so surprised he hasn't been. I'm surprised. He always texting me. My SP loves me. He's always texting me. I say in he because I was coaching someone about their SP just now. I'm not into he's. I don't think so. I'm sorry. That was a tangent. What I am saying is, make it fun. This is a fun thing. We are creationary beings. It's fun. I'm telling you, you can program the world around you and create things for yourself. It is fun. This is a fun activity. It should be treated as fun. It's not work. When I repeat things in my head, I don't have to work for them. I have fun when I say things. I have fun. It is effortless. It is enjoyable. I don't enjoy anything as much as I do affirming. I don't enjoy anything as much as I do affirming. That is my fun. That is what I like to do. Once you get good at it, you like to do this. You get so good, in fact, you can affirm 2 things at once. You can affirm 3 things at once while you're watching TV, while you're answering text messages, while you're working at in work programming complex softwares and solving bugs, while you're on the phone, while you're talking to someone. You can affirm. I'm not saying you can do that now. Don't try that now if you are not experienced. But once you start doing this stuff, guys, you can get good enough where you can affirm while you're doing multiple other things. Now you just have so much energy being piled in. I didn't want to talk about energy and frequencies in this video because I wanted to keep it very low level. But it all equals energy. Your thoughts all equal energy. That's how we code things into our reality. Once we're able to multiply our energy by only thinking this and multitasking, where we can talk to someone and also think this, and also affirm while we're taking a shower, affirm while we're answering a text message, affirm while we're watching TV, affirm while we're watching Netflix, affirm while I'm playing with the kids or talking to my kid about her schoolwork or her classmates, etc. If I can affirm while I'm doing all of that, once you get that good, guys, creation becomes easy. Life becomes easy to bring things you want. Your life becomes better. Birds chirp in the background. Grass grows greener around you. People are nicer. People are happy to see you. Your life becomes better because you're just constantly creating your life. You're in more conscious creation. You're in more intentional creation. Things don't happen by accident for me anymore. I don't have to hope my business works out or hope my new business gets acquired properly or the contract goes right. They just happen because I make them happen. That's all I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about it, so it's going to get done the right way, the proper way, and that's what I created for me. It didn't happen by luck anymore. It didn't happen because I accidentally created it. I'm in more control about my environment. I'm not a player in the game. I'm a developer playing the game. I'm a creator playing the game. I just happen to be playing this 3D environment right now. But if I want, I can go back into my development environment in my subconscious and create or change things or edit things. Oh, I didn't like how this level played in Grand Theft Auto. I didn't imagine you're playing Grand Theft Auto or Sims or whatever, and you just didn't like how this level happened or what the story said or what the character did in this environment or what type of gun they gave you or what type of car they gave you. Instead, you can just hit pause, or not even hit pause, hit Alt-Tab, change your program, and start coding a little bit to make sure it's done properly. And you're so good at coding now, you can code as you're playing the game. That's how you have to treat this. You're going to get so good at robotically affirming, you can code, you can Alt-Tab and code at the same time, and then once that update gets pushed, once the divine timing hits right, and your creation comes into being, they push the update for the game, and you see what you coded in real time, you will understand your power. And once you understand your power, you get better at creating. That's the good thing. That's why robotic affirming is the trump of all methods, the trump of all creation methods, all manifesting methods. You don't need to know what energy is. You don't need to know what frequency is. You don't need to know what states are. You don't need to know all these extra hoopla. All you need to know is your subconscious is powerful. This is the best and most effective way for you to control your subconscious. Obviously there's levels to it. And sometimes, no matter what you do, you're not the best programmer, so you won't code things the right way, or they won't happen the right way for you. These things are called blockers. Everyone has blockers. Everyone has blockers. That's why I coach people. That's why I help people out, because they have blockers. I have blockers. No one's perfect. The thing is, we get around these blockers by learning the extra stuff. But you don't need to learn the extra stuff. I want you to start. You need to start with this. This is the most simple thing to do. You just talk to yourself. You're telling yourself over and over again in your head, I have this. I have this. I have this. I'm grateful I have this. I'm so grateful I have this. Affirm your affirmations. Get creative with it. Throw in extra affirmations. Throw in extra thoughts. Throw in variety. React to situations you're thinking about for your affirmations. If I think of lack, I'm going to react. Why would I even think about that? I'm making $1 million a month. I'm making $1 million a month. I make $1 million a month. I can go on a vacation. Why did I even have the thought? Because I was booking a vacation and I thought, this is kind of expensive. Instead of, I corrected myself instantly. This is nothing. I make $1 million a month. I make $1 million a month. You need to get so good that you recognize your negative thoughts instantly. You want to be reactive to your negative thoughts. You want to be so good you get halfway through the thought before you correct it. You want to get to the point where you think, oh, this is kind of, and then you don't even finish the word expensive. Instead, you say, oh, then I make $1 million a month. This vacation is easy. That is how we can effectively force our subconscious into submission. This is a pretty long video, but I wanted to make sure you guys get this. You guys get this. You don't need, it's not complicated. I'm not explaining anything high level to you. I'm just explaining you need to say something over and over again, and then your reality will change because you said it long and hard enough. You hold that state. If you want to talk about states, we can talk about states. The state I need you to hold is a state of completion. The state of completion is where your subconscious believes you have what you have. You're grateful for what you have. I'm grateful that I have $1 million. That's what my subconscious believes. But you don't need to hold the state of completion if all you are forcing yourself to do is think about your affirmations all day, every day, throughout the day, while you're multitasking, while you're doing other things. If you're only holding your affirmation, I don't care how long it takes. If it takes 3 days, if it takes 2 months, if it takes 6 months, your affirmation will come true. It's about divine timing. There's divine timing for everything. If I want to code $1 million a month into my reality, I need to think about it long and hard enough, and it will happen. I just have to wait for my divine timing. Because recently I had a business I'm acquiring. I've been trying to acquire this business for over 1.5 years now. There's been complications with licenses and issues and things of that nature, and waiting for this license to come through and this to happen so the everything can line up properly and these funds get transferred and I can acquire the business or start the business. I made a community post about it. And now that I've been working so long at manifesting this for 1.5 years, this is not a 2-month affirmation because it's a pretty big business. It's very profitable. It's going to be my most profitable business I've ever had. And I worked so long and hard for it. Now I start seeing my synchronicities. I waited a whole 1.5 years before I even saw a synchronicity. And I posted in a community post just recently about my synchronicity, how it says what I want. It says, I'm going to tell you what it says the synchronicity, the number is 888, and then the bottom number on the screen is 420. The business I'm trying to acquire correlates to those two numbers very well. And that's the first time I saw a synchronicity and it's been 1.5 years. I don't want to get you caught up in synchronicities and all these extra steps. You don't need to get caught up in any of this. You don't need to notice or look for synchronicities. All you need to know is just keep doing it. I've been doing my same affirmation for $1 million a month and trying to acquire this business for a whole 1.5 years. I've been more, aggressive in the past 3-4 months, but I've been, I started 1.5 years ago, but I posted like an update video a while back where I said it was a 2-month update. I've been doing it a lot longer than 2 months, but since then I've been, hard at it. It's like if I was going to the gym, but I wasn't going every day until 2 months ago. But now that I've been more, 24 hours at it, like all I'm thinking about is $1 million a month. Now that I've been trying a little harder, I'm starting to see synchronicities, and I'm starting to see how the business is going to materialize for me. That is the power that you hold, because I don't come from anywhere near $1 million a month. So to create that for myself is crazy to think that I would have that power. But I did it so long and hard enough that it will be created for me. If I have to do it for another year, if I have to do it for another 5 years, I'm still going to do it. Guess what? My life has been getting better every day since I started affirming that affirmation. It's not like a one-step journey. My stuff has been going up and up. So it's not in waste. It's not like I'm waiting for it for nothing. I'm still seeing improvement every step of the way. So that's how you need to treat it. If you want something big, go for something big. Your improvements will come in step by step. If you want to go step by step, you can go step by step with your affirmations. If you want to go big, small, fast, hard, you pick how you want to do it, and you can change it over time. It's not one size fits all. That's the best part about robotic affirmation. There's no technique, there's no rules to the game. It's your game. You can affect your reality how you want. Stop looking for rules. Stop looking for regulations. Don't put restrictions on this stuff. This is your game. It's how you want to code it. If this works for you, it works for you. If you want to change it to say this instead of that, change it to say this instead of that. Once you figure out you're the master, you're the guy, you're the person that is in control now because you're controlling your subconscious, you don't need the rules. You don't need the regulations. You don't need someone to tell you this is what state you have to hold or this is what manifestation affirmation you need to say 7 times, 15 minutes a day, right before bed, or right after you wake up, etc. You don't need the rules. The rules don't matter to you. When you're first starting out, all right, use the rules for a little bit. But once you start getting good, just start doing what feels right. If you do what feels right to you, it's going to work for you. Because that's who knows yourself best than yourself. You know yourself. I know how my subconscious thinks. I know how I react to situations. I know what negative emotions I have. I know what negative thoughts I have. When I coach people, I try to get to the bottom of what they think. I don't try to push my beliefs and my thoughts onto them. I have to ask the right questions in the right scenarios to understand what works best for them. I'm not going to throw what I think works best for me onto them. I'm going to give them suggestions and try to figure out how we can get to the bottom of what works best for them. And then I need to coach them on top of, me figuring it out. I have to coach them into trying to figure it out for themselves. Because who knows what's best for them other than them? That's the key. You need to figure out what works best for you. Obviously, if you text me, if you try to come and get my help, I'm going to try to figure out what works best for you. But you need to help. You need to understand you know yourself the best. That's why I change things so drastically from day to day, and I try to hit my subconscious. Because you can't come at your subconscious in one way. Because your subconscious is different than my subconscious. And the next guy's subconscious. We have to come at it in various different ways, and we have to change it. We have to adapt to it. Because if you've been doing this long enough, you would understand some manifestations, some goals are better served being attacked in this way. You need to try to robotically affirm and change your mind throughout the day, and then change how you're doing it as life changes and your reality starts changing around you. And how you think it's making you feel. How do you think these techniques are working for you? If this is working for you, let me throw this in. Let me change my affirmation to this. Let me get more creative. Let me react to situations this way. Alright, this is a pretty long video. I don't want to keep you guys here for too long. But I can go on for hours like this. I can go on for hours talking about robotic affirmation. I believe in it that much. That's why you should give it a try. Just give it a try. See how it works. It will change your life. See you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Peace.